Hi, I'm Anand Koka. I'm an enterprise architect in Intelligent Specialty Solutions. We are new to the Azure journey. It's only been 2 years, couple of years. Part of it, we have to actually provide a service to our customers in the gig economy space, and we needed to create an experience that they are accustomed to, such as, as you can imagine, a sharing economy consumer is primarily a mobile device driven consumer. So making that experience seamless and useful in a mobile format in any device, anywhere they are. Also, how do we make our on-prem identity solution could not manage the Azure environment for us. So we were technologically, it was a bit of a challenge. Also, we needed to move into the newer protocols such as OAuth and OIDC. And we also wanted to uh, make sure that we didn't need an enormous amount of knowledge in bringing up and maintaining these systems and upgrades and all of those things. As technology seems to be changing, especially around security, things are changing so rapidly. We wanted to take advantage of the Microsoft's offering. I had approached Microsoft and they recommended that we work with Agile, and almost immediately their willingness to help out in their knowledge, deep knowledge in the space really made the choice easy for me to actually figure this out, that this is the way I would go. The low-code configuration is really what drove us to the solution being very attractive. Changes when the security best practices change, we don't necessarily have to change a whole lot because Microsoft is on the leading edge, trying to make all those capabilities available and also incorporating many of those changes into it. The cloud platform, from a scaling standpoint, our systems prior to this weren't 24/7. We could quickly achieve a massive availability window using the Azure B2C platform, which is global in nature. So we don't really need to worry about where our data centers are located, how the user experience is, the latency, all of those. And the device aware user experience. I didn't have to write a single line of code to actually make that work. It all comes with it. When it comes to login security and these things, I didn't want to recreate what is most commonly experienced by users. So that's one of the things. If there is a standard way people are using internet today, that's the way they should be allowed to use, have that same experience. This is a little bit difficult to read, I understand, but I wanted to showcase that we were able to customize our screens to our specifications. So the login screen, as well as email verification when they're registering for the first time, and finally the screen once they log into our application. So I just wanted to show the progression there. So the results were that it's a low friction and yet secure registration process for our end users. They didn't really have to do too many things, and the experience is very common. The built-in email verification makes sure that it's not being abused by bots or somebody without access to an email trying to game the system. So verification is a key part of it. We have been able to reduce our support costs drastically because the experience is not out of the ordinary for the end users. Brand identity was important for our marketing group, so we were able to implement it relatively easily. One of the big attractions for us is really the monthly active user licensing model, whereas traditional approaches were based on the number of users in a directory. Microsoft uses the monthly active users, especially our clientele is not. Now we are moving on to the next step. The success of our cloud initiative led me to believe that we should look at our on-prem identity management for our external users. So we are engaged with Agile right now in a strategy to actually replace the on-prem IDP with Azure external identities. Obviously, we have had our systems for 20 plus years, so it would take us some time. So we are identifying the steps required for coexistence. Roadmap for transformation, and then very important part of it is identify the quick hit opportunities. What can I get done today as opposed to 6, 8, or 12 months down the road?